Okay, here we go. This is really neat because every month on the first Monday of the month, we do a gut health product training. So what we want to do is show if you're brand new and you got these bottles in the mail and you got these drink packets in the mail, you're thinking, how do I use them again? Why should I use them? We want to make sure that you have everything that you need in an understandable way. So we call this our gut health product training. My name is Jennifer Leith. I've actually been using the products for 8 years. And I've actually learned so much about gut health that it's made me a believer about really taking care of my gut. But the thing is, when you say the word gut, it's like, ew, what does that even mean? So let's talk about that really quick. We're just going to start with what is gut health. This is going to be about a 25-minute training. And if you guys have more questions, put them in the chat. I'll also have a recording to this if you happen to miss any part of it. So what is gut health? Here's what we know, that in your intestines are bacteria. In your stomach are bacteria. On your skin are bacteria. In your mouth are bacteria. There are bacteria all over and inside of your body. The more bacteria you have, the better your digestion, the better your skin, the less you age, the healthier you are, the better your immunity is. In fact, basically what they say is you can never have optimal health without good gut bacteria. To the point where you can even read, and I'm taking like a step too far here, but this is just the truth. They actually do fecal transplants in people. They actually get bacteria from other people's gut to put in to someone's unhealthy gut to help them. So Plexus is a definitely way easier, much more interesting way of improving your gut health, because you may be on here because you struggle with autoimmune issues, or maybe you're having trouble sleeping at night, or maybe you're really struggling with pain, or maybe you're having trouble with anxiety. All of this comes back to gut health. Even weight loss comes back to gut health. But I don't want you just to hear me say that and know that the science is there, that good bacteria and bad bacteria, yeast, prebiotics, all of these things are important. But let's actually talk about a story about somebody that's actually using the products and having great results, because gut health really does matter. So I want you to hear from my friend Jeff. He's going to share with you what the products are doing.
Do you mean Jeff or Lee?
I meant to say Lee, and I looked at somebody's name. Lee, I'm sorry. Lee, will you share your story?
He might still be hopping on.
You're fine. Morgan, do you want to go ahead and take over and share?
I just heard him. I think I heard him.
You got me now?
I got you. I got you. Tell me everything.
I have nothing to tell you, but I'm on vacation in the Lake of the Ozarks, so bear with me if we cut in and out. I guess my story is being a retired Army skeptical guy that I am, and I've struggled with weight loss ever since I retired, and some other anxiety issues, hypervigilance, and those things. So my last deployment, I'm a Department of the Army civilian also. So that's kind of what I do for now. I work for the aviation brigades here, and I travel still overseas occasionally. So my last trip over was during COVID. COVID happened right as I was supposed to come home. So I got extended 3 months over there and in Iraq. And between all of the events that were going on, let's say, my anxiety and my hypervigilance was out of control when I got home. I had always, through the years, been able to handle it myself through different ways. So when I got home, on top of that, I weighed about 270 pounds. So, it's like, hey, I got to do something. And the keto thing worked for me, but then I'd gain it right back. Well, my wife had been introduced to Plexus, Angela, by Morgan and Lauren. So I'm like, all right, what are we doing again? It's kind of how I was going with it, because I'm a skeptical person. So me being a skeptic, I stole some of her stuff and started using it. Because, she's like, you need to get healthy. You need to figure out what's going on with you. And then I started about a weekend. I'm like, okay, there's something to this. I started feeling better. All right, okay, I'm all in. I'll take it. And so I ordered the triplex and it worked great. For about a month, I was fine, but the hypervigilance was terrible. I was constantly at night. If anything happened at night or during the day, if I was home alone, I hear a noise, I'm immediately on edge and gone. I go from 0 to 100, and I'm on edge. I'm walking the floors, checking doors. And if y'all don't understand that, it's okay. But a lot of vets deal with that on a daily basis. So, and my wife, being a therapist, has said, you need to either find something that is going to help you or you're going to go get help. So, and everything does. I do get help, and the VA is great. My wife works for the VA. So, but the bottom line is, asked Lisa Robin-Jung, hey, what is, you take this Vital Biome, you take it for you and it helped you, what's it do? And then she told me how it helped her with her problems. Well, I started taking that, and about 2 weeks in, it was amazing. I'm sleeping at night. I still get hypervigilant. There's just things that are not going to change, but I only go to about 60 miles an hour now. So I can get up and check 2 doors and I can go back to sleep. So I guess that's one thing. I can tell you, it's hard for me to share that because I'm a pretty private person. And Morgan will tell you, Morgan has pushed me a couple times to do this. And it's outside of my box, but Plexus is doing so well for me and my family. I'm like, look, I need to step up to this. And then my wife's like, we're on vacation. And I'm like, look, I agreed to do it. I will knock it out. And Jennifer doesn't ask people to do this all the time. And I'm like, I'm going to get outside my box and I'm going to do that. So if there's anything I can tell anybody that's listening about it, Plexus is definitely in our life forever. It has changed the way we look at things and we're able to do things. And the business is doing itself. So my gut health is better. I'm down 40 pounds almost. I'm still not where I want to be, but we're getting there. But I will tell you, from the ease and the hypervigilance side, the ease product, the Vital Biome, have been a lifesaver. Because otherwise I would have been like most other vets on a antidepressant, something, and that I didn't want to be on. I've been retired for 12 years and stayed away from it on purpose. So
Thank you.
if there's anything else I can say other than being nervous talking to y'all.
You can't tell. You can't tell. You have just, honestly, and I told you this earlier, I said, you sharing your story will absolutely 100% change someone's life. Someone's on here that knows someone that's struggling with that. So I honor you for your service and honor you for your story. And I told Lee earlier, I said, if you're nervous, don't take the advice of imagining everybody without their clothes on. It doesn't work. Okay. That's a terrible bit of advice. So way to break the ice for everybody. Thank you so much for sharing that. Guys, he did fantastic.
I would say to finish, Jennifer, is if anybody has somebody on their team that is struggling with this kind of stuff and they want to reach out to me privately or somebody that does that, please do, because that's one reason it's for me, is helping our vets. And if we can help them get off of something else and get on this, I'm all about that. Or we can get them in the direction of the VA with a therapist that will understand and work with them. So I love y'all, but Morgan's gonna follow me. I'm gonna wipe my eyes now because it must be the pollen down here in the Lake of the Ozarks. So and I'm gonna go back to dinner with my family, but I appreciate everything y'all do for us, and keep us accountable with what we do.
You did fantastic. Thank you so much. Enjoy your dinner. Okay, Morgan is going to take over and tell you how to mix up your Slim, what she does to help it mix better, and all the things about detox. So here we go.
I might be wiping my eyes over here, and it's not from the pollen. I'm telling you that. Lee did amazing. I'm so grateful for him. He brings so much value to our team, and he brings the manpower to the team. I'm just saying. Okay, Jennifer gave me the wonderful task of talking about the Slim and detox. So here it goes. Everybody can, I'm a little uncomfortable, so hopefully we'll do okay. Jen's shaking her head. Okay. All right. So first off, we've got 2 flavors. We've got our hunger control Slim, and we've got our microbiome activating Slim. And funny story, the old flavor of Slim that has been discontinued had a white packet. And one time I took a picture with it to post on Facebook, you know, to generate some attention. Well, people thought I was pregnant. They thought it was a pregnancy test. So thankfully we don't have to worry about that with these packets because they're colorful. But okay, so the hunger control Slim, that one tastes like blood orange, lemon, lime is the actual flavors. To me, it tastes like kind of like a citrusy lemonade. You know, that's kind of what I get from it. The microbiome activating is watermelon, lemon, raspberry flavored. And I definitely do taste the watermelon, but I do taste the lemon. It's funny, different days I taste one or the other flavors. Notice that they're different sizes. The hunger control has more fiber in it because it's meant to help control your hunger. So that's why the packet is bigger. Sorry. I'm gonna get my camera back on. Okay. So this pack is bigger because it has more fiber in it, and it's gonna help you with your hunger control. So I heard just today a tip that if you drink even some water before you take this, that it will, I'm holding it upside down, but it will, the fiber in it will like attach to that water molecule and help you to feel fuller longer. So I'm loving that. And then the microbiome activating, this one, obviously, they both do both. They both help with hunger control and they both help with gut health, but the microbiome activating is going to feature a little bit and focus a little bit more on gut health. So microbiome activating mixes really easily. This one's going to take a little bit more of a vigorous shake, but they're both great. So I'm trying to make sure I don't miss any of the differences between the two. If you need more information, talk to Jen. She's like a wealth of knowledge. Okay, so both Slims have powerful antioxidants, which can cause detox. So that can be a little intimidating when you hear the word detox. You're like, that doesn't sound very good. I don't really know if I want to go through that. But detox is just a sign that your body is getting rid of toxins, and you're going to feel so much better after you go through it. When I first started I started the triplex combo. When I first started, I was actually really moody and irritable. And that is a sign of detox, guys. So if you're feeling a bit emotional when you first start your products, don't worry. You didn't make a mistake. It just means the products are working. What else? Let's see. So other symptoms of detox would be a headache, maybe feeling extra tired, kind of sluggish, a little bit fatigued. You're probably thinking, do I really want to stick to this? Yes, you do. So I'm going to give you a few tips on how to kind of speed up the detox process. And that way you can start feeling the benefits of what the Slim can do for you. So you can do Epsom salt baths. Those are great. Some people add lemon to their water or to the Slim. And then also for more tips, because like there's more things you can do. There's like lots of things on Google. I don't have time to cover it all, but you can talk to your sponsor because they probably have more experience. And if they don't know, then they can talk to their sponsor and so forth. So definitely communicate with your sponsor if you're starting to experience, a headache. I have a few people from one sample alone, they got a headache and they're like, I don't want it. And I'm like, oh, that was probably detox and they really need the products. So if you're really, really getting bad detox, you can always take a half a packet, just to kind of start up and then increase it slowly over time. let's see. And then water. That's like the most important thing. Drink a lot of water to help you with your detox, because it's going to flush your body, get that bad stuff out, and then you're going to feel so much better. And besides, we all need a lot of water. So if nothing else, then that detox is just going to remind you to drink your water. And before I forget, I didn't say how much water to use. The instructions do say you can use, actually I haven't read it in a while because I know how much I want. You can use 12 to 20 ounces of water. I like to use for the microbiome activating, probably about 12 to 16 ounces. And for the hunger control, this one's a little bit more powerful on the flavor. So I prefer to add a little bit more water, like 16 to 20 ounces of water. But you can just try it. Try with less water first. And then if it's too strong, add more water, just dilute it. Okay. And now my favorite part, ways that you can take the Slim. You can do it in a water bottle. You can do it like just mixing it in a cup. I don't know if you've seen all these beautiful pictures of it being in a mason jar. You can stir it. It is a little harder if you're stirring it with a spoon because you're like smashing Slim clumps to the glass or something, but or mix it in a bottle and then pour it in the mason jar. Maybe that's what people do. I don't really know. I just am like, I don't have water bottles today, so glass it is. You can put it in your lean shakes. It will give it more of a fruity flavor. I have not tried that one because I just love the flavor of the lean itself. And I like to drink my pink drink at a different time. I've even heard of Slim popsicles. I don't know. She's nodding her head. She's approving. So you can have a try at that. Maybe I should now that the summer's here. And then something else that's popular is mixing it with our active. I've heard some people like it better with the hunger control. Some people like it with the microbiome activating. I'm curious what you would like. You can share it in the comments what you think is better with active. But that's a good way, especially like if you're not one that likes to drink a bunch of drinks throughout the day, then just mix them up and get them all down in one. But if you do mix them with the active, then make sure you get it in earlier in the day and not later. We don't want you to have to be up all night and then be tired the next day. Oh, and then my personal favorite, mixing it with collagen. Collagen adds creaminess to your Slim. It's like a liquid version of manna from heaven. I'm just saying. So Jen is shaking her head. She doesn't like it. I love it. I love the collagen with the Slim, you guys. So you just try it and then you decide. But it gives it like this creamy vanilla berry flavor. I don't know. So I feel like I missed something, but I went by my notes. So I'm just going to turn it back to Jen. But you guys, I love the Slim. It's made a big difference for me. It's helped me with my hormone balance, definitely with my energy. I don't drink caffeine. I don't have caffeine. So all this energy is thanks to Slim. So you guys have a wonderful night, and I'm going to turn it back over to Jen. Take it away.
I love your energy. It's the best, guys. So everything she was sharing with you about the Slim, you likely, when you ordered Plexus, you got Plexus Slim. It's in almost every single one of our welcome packs. And what we want you to do is drink it every single day. Why do we want you to do that? Because one, it is highly unlikely that you live a completely toxin-free life. Like there is probably something you're eating or drinking or the area you're breathing that has toxins in it. The Slim actually detoxifies your body. It detoxifies your liver. It actually helps you to burn fat because the fat houses the toxins. So if you drink it one day, then you have it for 3 or 4 days, and then you drink it again, and you wait 5 or 6 more days. It's like taking Tylenol one little lick at a time all day long. It ain't going to do jack for you. Okay. So you got to drink your drink every single day. It regulates your insulin. It's going to communicate with your blood sugar. This product is going to have compounding effects. The more consistent you are, the better your results will be. If you have any issues where you think, I don't know if I like the taste, I'm having trouble remembering when to drink it, it's making me have to use the bathroom too much. If you're having to drink more water, and then you're using the restroom more, your body will get used to that within a short period of time, 3 to 5 days. That's not unusual. If you don't understand how you like it, try it with all the different things. I mix mine with a sparkling water because I have problems every single day. It's like a healthy soda. There's no caffeine in the Slim. So let's talk about the Probio5 and the Biocleanse. These come with the Slim as part of what we call the triplex. So if you ordered these, I really need you to hear me about this. If you follow the instructions on the bottle, you're probably not going to have the very best experience, because what it says is you can take up to 4 of the Probio5. These are probiotics, but they also have enzymes that kill yeast. So its whole goal in life is to get rid of yeast. Who knew you had yeast? You do, I promise. Everybody has yeast, some more than others. And this yeast actually is connected to things like migraines and eczema, insomnia, all sorts of skin conditions and different mood disorders. So that yeast has to be killed. Well, it's not going to go down without a fight. So if you take 4, it's like you are going in for war. So you want to go slow. So start with 1. And we say take it at night, because when you take it at night, your gut has slowed down and you're not using the restroom. So that actually stays in your system long enough to really do the battle. And you're also going to want to make sure that you're not just taking Probio5 as a lone soldier. You want to also have the BioCleanse as part of your regimen. People read it and they're like, I don't need a cleanse. I don't have problems going to the bathroom. I'm not a constipated person. I don't need it. And that's just not true. What we're trying to do is take the dead yeast, get it out of you. But we don't want you to have cramping. We don't want it to be like a laxative. We just want it to be a quick, gentle goodbye, like flush, go away, bad yeast. We don't want you sitting inside of us, leaving toxic residuals. So you're going to take the BioCleanse. Most people have, you probably got a chart from the person that you ordered your products from, and it kind of tells you how to do it. I always have people take 1 Probio5 and 2 BioCleanse at night before bed. Other people might have a different regimen. Trust the person that shared Plexus with you, because whatever they're doing is obviously working, and try it that way. But also remember, there aren't cardinal rules with Plexus. No one's going to call you up and say, I heard you took it in the morning instead of at night. As long as you're taking it every single day, you are serving your body, and that means you're winning. Okay, so I'm going to pass it over to my friend Jennifer Jones, and she's going to share with you about drinking your water, which you're like, oh, I don't want to do that, but she's going to tell you why, and she's going to explain to you about that die-off and what you can do.
Ooh, gotta follow that. Wow. Hi, everybody. Thanks a bunch for having me, Jen. I appreciate you. So yes, I love that you touched on consistency. Man, I tell my team consistency is so key. If you're not being consistent, these products are not going to work, because they're not a prescription. They're plant-based. They need the time that it takes to actually work. Now, another thing that's really important that you actually touched on, Jen, thank you very much for that, is staying in very close contact with your sponsor. We are as unique as our fingerprints. Our gut health is the same. No one gut health is the same. So staying in close contact with your sponsor is really important. Following bottle recommendations, as Jen touched on, it's not going to be a good situation. So stay in close contact with your sponsor. Now, the other thing that I do want to talk about as well is water intake. I like to tell my teammates, I liken it, I kind of like analogies. So I liken it to the probio is going into your intestines, and it's like little mine workers, and it's going in and it's working hard and it's chiseling away all that, for lack of better words, that crud, that buildup that has been making you feel crummy for so long. For some people, it's been years and years of insomnia, migraines. For me, it was eczema. I had a lifelong battle with eczema. So it was fighting hard. But what happens is when we take the probio, it goes in and it gets all that, but taking it with the BioCleanse, it draws your water into your colon and your intestines, and it helps kind of moisten and really easily slough it off. Now, like Jen said, it's definitely not like a cleanse scenario. That's not the way it's intended to be. So low and slow is totally the way to go. Now, lots of people ask me, well, how much water should I be taking every day, Jen? Well, your right amount is not going to be 4 glasses, 6 glasses. I know that we were taught growing up so many ounces or so many glasses a day. It's about ounces. So I do like to tell people to throw away the scale, because this is so not about how much we weigh. It's about how we feel, and the inches will come off if that's something that's supposed to happen when we address the inflammation. So how much water do you need? Take your weight and take that into half. So if you're 200 pounds, you're going to need 100 ounces of water. Did I lose some of you there? Okay, hang tight for a sec. Hear me out on this, okay? If you're not much of a water drinker, I totally get it. It's sounding very, very daunting. But start slow. Like, give yourself a week, give yourself even 10 days, 2 weeks, if that's what it's going to take. Start with the same bottle. I use my 1 liter bottle. Okay. Use the same bottle every day so you can keep track of how much you're having. Don't use a bunch of different glasses all around the house because there's no way to track how many ounces. Start early in the morning and just throughout the day, go ahead and have lots of water and just flush it out. But start with 12 ounces a day if you don't drink much water. The next day, have 15 ounces, 16 ounces, 10 more ounces, whatever you can do. But it's so, so important to flush that yeast out because we're all born with a little bit of yeast and it's called candida. And the candida does not like to lose the battle. And it's going to fight so hard. And you're going to really be kind of throwing yourself into more of a detox than you need to be if you're not drinking your water and you're flushing out that dead yeast. So guys, I cannot stress it enough. Water, 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 water. Start tomorrow morning. Start with 12, 15 ounces. Work your way towards a week, 10 days, drinking more and more. You're going to feel the difference. You're going to feel much, much better. So I guess I'm going to pass it on over to Tiffany, who is going to tell you what you can expect in the first 30 to 60 days of your journey.
So Jennifer, I'm going to need you to record a guided meditation so I can listen to it every night because you have the most soothing voice ever. Does anyone else feel like that? Put that in the chat. I seriously was like, I could listen to you talk all day. You have the most soothing voice. I love it. Okay.
Can you tell my husband that, please?
Yes, look, see, everybody agrees with me. You really do. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is so soothing. Okay. I've never heard someone talk about yeast in your gut so beautifully. You just made it sound wonderful. Okay. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about your first 30 to 60 days. So your first 30 to 60 days, usually people ask, when can I expect results? How long do I have to use the products? All of those things. Your first 30 days, you really need to be focused on just getting a routine down. You just need to focus on being consistent with your products and folding in those healthy habits. Just like Jennifer said, you need to be making sure that you're getting accustomed to taking your water, that you have a good routine as to when you drink your pink drink, adding in products as you go, all of those things. Your first 30 days is also an excellent time for you to look at who else in your life needs health and wellness, because I don't know if you know this, but those first 30 days from when you join, you get additional bonuses when you refer friends. So those first 30 days, you also have 3 free samples in your app. So those first 30 days are perfect to send some samples to some friends and family and help them get started as well. Just like Jennifer said, you're not going to want to get on the scale those first 30 to 60 days because the scale is not your friend ever. And the scale lies to you. It's just not your friend. And it's not a great indicator of how you're doing. So those first 30 to 60 days, you're going to want to look at, are you still needing a nap in the afternoon? How are you feeling at night? Are you sleeping well? Are you finding that your brain fog is lifting? Are you finding that maybe your pants are fitting a little better at the end of those 60 days? Measuring yourself is also a great way to know that you're on track, because the inches around your waist and around your arms and stuff is going to be a much better indicator if you're on track or not. I'm sorry, I'm sitting in front of a window. My dad's standing outside waving at me. Real life. Anyway, so you're going to want to just find different measures to help you stay on track those first 30 to 60 days. And like I said, if you can find some accountability partners, that's even better because they're going to help to keep you on track as well. But the big thing is, don't get hung up in comparison and looking at everyone else's journey and thinking, oh my gosh, I should be having the results that she's having, or I should have lost X number of pounds or whatever. I remember being 6 months to a year into my journey and finding that I was still noticing improvements and things in my life changing. Okay, so I am going to pass it off. Who am I? I'm passing it off to Sarah to talk about X Factor and MegaX.
Hey, Tiffany, I'm actually stepping in for Sarah.
Well,
Can
hey,
you guys hear
perfect.
me? Okay, so yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying this tonight. Who else is with me? I've got to look at some people here while I talk. And yes, Jennifer, you've got to lead like some kind of meditation class, because the whole time I was like, man, I can't not listen to her. But anyway, as Tiffany said, I want to share with you about the X Factor Plus and MegaX. She kind of touched on something that I wanted to come out of the gate with, and that's with non-scale victories. And, if weight loss is your goal, some people don't want to hear about non-scale victories, right? Because I'll be honest, even though I have Hashimoto's and I needed the overall health and wellness when I started Plexus, weight loss was a goal for me. I was in over 200 pounds and I was not happy. I was not motivated. I was exhausted. So when my sponsor told me to really pay attention to those non-scale victories, I was like, that's not what I want to hear, right? But ultimately, when we start to rebalance and we start to reset and we start to move in that healthy direction, guys, your body is going to pick up on that, and that extra weight that's kept you unhealthy for so long, those extra inches around the stomach area, is going to start to fall off on its own. So the products that I'm talking about tonight actually are going to help you with some of those non-scale victories, okay? And I'm not going to go into too much detail with like the science behind it, or, some of the ingredients or that sort of thing. You can get with who invited you or your sponsor, or even look on the Plexus website on the product information sheets and find some really good stuff there. But I just want to touch on just a little bit of it, okay? And I'm going to start with the X Factor Plus. Who on here has been told their whole life that a multivitamin is beneficial? Just raise your hand if you're on, you got your camera on, just let me know. Yep, I see Michelle, Teresa, Susan, yes. Okay, so we all know that that's kind of a staple, right? So when you go to the drugstore and you're looking through these multivitamins, right? And I know we've all been there. You're like, I need a multivitamin. The doc says my vitamin D is low, or, XYZ, or maybe you're just looking for immune support, or, whatever the case may be. So that's difficult to navigate, right? Because we want the best. We want what's bioavailable, and bioavailable meaning that it's going to be easily absorbed in our body, right? And to be honest with you, when you talk about bioavailable, you want something that has the perfect ingredients, or even maybe a booster ingredient that helps you absorb things. Okay. And so the X Factor Plus, I have my bottle here. The X Factor Plus contains aloe. Aloe is actually going to help you absorb all of the nutrients. And it actually has some really bioavailable B vitamins in here, and that's going to help you feel better and give you a little bit of a boost. And so for me, when I've taken multivitamins in the past, I've never been able to tell the difference if I stopped it. Anyone else? Like, I've stopped them or I've missed a few days. I never really thought anything about it. Finally, it would hit me and I'm like, oh, I should probably take that XYZ multivitamin, right? But then with the X Factor Plus, let me tell you what happened. So it was recommended for me because I do have Hashimoto's. And this is like great for my thyroid folks out there. And so what I realized is that when I missed my X Factor Plus, I was like, dang, something's off. What have I done? Right? What's different in my routine? It's because I missed my X Factor Plus. That's how I knew it was working, y'all. Okay. So it's crucial to have a good staple multivitamin. It has the aloe in it that's going to help you absorb. The best time is to take it in the mornings with a meal. That's standard with any multivitamin. You don't want to put anything like that on an empty stomach. So take it in the mornings with a meal. And the cool thing about X Factor Plus too is a lot of people, if they're in that prodromal phase, meaning they're kind of feeling icky, like they've got a cold or some kind of viruses, on attack, they'll even take, instead of the 2 capsules daily with a meal, they'll increase that to 3, just to kind of give them that extra little support. Okay. Next product I want to talk about is the MegaX. This, guys, this is like a gem to me. This is one of my favorites. Yeah, Susan, I see you nodding your head. Yeah, this is great. Okay. Reason being, my family history is full of cardiac patients. Okay. And so when you start thinking cardiac or brain health, let's talk about that. Let's not, omegas are not strictly for cardiac patients or circulatory or vascular. We're talking brain health too, okay? Stress management. But omegas are hard for people like me. And when I say that, I mean the fish oil typical omegas. I do not like a fishy aftertaste. I don't want a fishy burp. I don't want to taste my omega 3 hours later after I've had it. Okay. And if you can do that, you're a champ, and that's great. But let me tell you about MegaX. This is actually plant. You can see it. I was going to see if it set it up here where you guys could see it. Plant-based omegas. No smell, no fishy aftertaste, none of that stuff. And they're like tiny little capsules, not this big. I like to say horse pill. Anybody else call them horse pills? Maybe that's just my country bumpkin talk over here, but these are tiny. These are tiny, and you can get your omegas in. Super easy. I like to take, you can take these anytime, but personally, I like to take these at night. It's been proven to help you rest better. So at bedtime, I take the MegaX and I take my Probio5. And actually, I was reading an article on that, and I don't know the validity in it. I've not really studied in depth, but combining the two is supposed to actually help you sleep better. Like that's the goal. So if you're like me and you kind of wake up at all hours, or used to, thank God for MegaX and Probio5, but you can take this at bedtime, but you just take 2 soft gels daily. Some people take up to 3. So really that just depends on your timing. And personally, I remember things better at bedtime. So anything I can take at bedtime, I'm more likely to actually stick with it and get it in. So if you're looking for a multivitamin and to get your omegas in for that cardiac and that brain health, then these are the friends that you want to have. Okay. So without further ado, I'm going to turn over the product baton to my pal Jennifer, and I think she's going to talk about ease.
Yep, we're going to do ease and vital biome. I'm actually going to let my friend Tiffany do it because I literally could listen to Tiffany talk about the products all night. Actually, I could listen to April talk about them. Guys, this is like one of the best gut health product trainings we've ever done. Seriously, if you are not learning a ton and getting invested in what you can do to make yourself stronger and healthier, I don't know what else we could do because this is that good. All right, Tiffany, will you do vital biome and ease?
I sure will. Yeah, I love your talk, April. You're my kind of girl, Southern girl. I say horse pills. I'm with you. Okay, so I'm going to talk about probably 2. I say this all the time, like I'm like the boy who cried wolf. I'm like, that's my favorite product. That one's my favorite, but they're really kind of all my favorite. But I do really love Vital Biome and Ease, especially because I'm a retired mental health therapist, and Vital Biome is specifically meant to help with mood and stress. And we all can understand, everybody said amen, mood and stress. So we've already talked about this. You have good and bad bacteria in your gut. They get off balance really easily. There are specific bacteria that are natural to your gut, but we often end up losing the good amount of them that we need that specifically promote a more restful sleep, not feeling so moody, because you have something called a gut-brain axis. And your gut-brain axis just means that your gut and your brain talk to each other. Actually, the majority of your serotonin comes from your gut, not your brain, which amazes me. And so just like Lee was talking about earlier, there is a direct connection between your gut health and mood, which would be anxiety and all of those things. So Vital Biome is specifically designed to help you have a better mood, less stress, all the things that we need. Vital Biome is amazing. And then the second one that I'm going to talk to you about is Ease. Ease is one of those products that when I first started, I wasn't really excited about it because I just didn't understand it. But right before, or actually right around the time I started with Plexus, I was diagnosed with scoliosis. And I remembered someone sharing about ease and inflammation. And so it kind of caught my attention because the scoliosis had caused me to have arthritis in my spine, which for someone at the time wasn't even 30. I'm thinking, oh man, by the time I'm 60, what's that going to look like? So I started with ease, and I can remember telling my chiropractor, like, hey, I don't have to come as often because I'm using Ease. And they were like, well, what's in it? And they were extremely, extremely impressed by the ingredients. It's 4 simple ingredients. One of those is bromelain, which is what's in pineapple. And I don't know about you, but I don't eat like gallons of pineapple a day. So bromelain is in the E's, which is like a dose that would actually be beneficial to us, unlike the millions of bites of pineapple you would have to eat to get the same benefits. And the second part is New Zealand greenlet mussel, which gives it a little bit of a fishy smell. Just trust me, swallow it, don't smell it, and just move on, because I promise you will not regret it. The loading dose of E's is 6 per day, but really it depends on your unique needs. Sometimes I take 2 a day. Sometimes I do take up to 6 a day. It really is an amazing natural anti-inflammatory, which is so, so, so important. So Vital, Biome, and E's are 2 things I highly recommend getting. Yeah, see, Cheryl takes 4 every day. E's is amazing. It's majorly beneficial for your joints and all those things. All right. So I believe I'm passing it off to Steph. Is that right? All right. Steph, take it away, girl.
Hey guys, can you hear me? Okay, awesome. Hi, I'm Steph. I am over here shooing my kids away because they're supposed to be in bed and they are so nosy. They want to know what the heck I'm listening to. But I'm going to share a little bit about Active and Metaburn. So you probably didn't get these products when you ordered your welcome pack if you're brand new. But the good news about these products is that you can use your perks to get them for free. How awesome. So I love Active. I drink it every day. And there's some things that I want you to know about it. I could go on and on about all of the features and everything that you could read yourself in the back office and on the back of the bag, but I'm not going to do that. I want to tell you more so about like what it can do for you and how it can make you feel, because I think you guys want to know more about that, right? You really want to know how it's going to make you feel. So it is an anti-inflammatory, and it is a sister product to the E's that Tiffany was just talking about. It has a lot of the same ingredients that are anti-inflammatories, like the turmeric, and it is really good for muscle recovery. And it acts as a vasodilator to aid in blood flow. And when you have more blood flow, you have more oxygen to your cells. And the more oxygen you have, which is what BioCleanse does as well, the more healing you have, because disease cannot exist in an oxygenated environment. So super important to get that oxygen into your cells. That is where the repair happens. So Active is also really good when you have a headache, because it's going to open those blood vessels. And just as a personal testimony, I used to suffer with migraines. My mom had really bad migraines as well for years, and we were both on migraine medication. And anytime we feel one coming on, we drink an Active and take some E's, and that solves the problem. So this is great for a pre or a post workout because of that oxygenating effect, and oxygen will repair, and you can use it for muscle recovery. So what do I want you to know most about Active? So it's going to come in a stick. I just dropped it. It's going to come in a stick like this, just like Slim, and you can mix it exactly how you mix up the Slim. You can even add it to your Slim if you want to change up the flavor. And it's not going to make you, run around the room crazy with like so much energy. And the really cool thing about it is that it will give you that little boost of energy, but without the jitters. And I don't know about you, but crazy caffeine addict here personally, before Plexus, pots of coffee. Throughout college, I would just down black coffee by the pot when I was doing papers at night. And I always had that jittery, crazy feeling all over my body. And it makes you feel a little crazy. And I don't have that anymore with Active. It is amazing for mental clarity. And the one thing that has really helped me with the most is alertness. So I have 3 little kids, 6 years and under, and one of them is special needs and requires like 24/7 supervision and assistance. So I notice that when I drink an Active, when we're leaving the house, when we're going to do something, or when I'm even going outside to mow the grass or play with them, I notice that I am super alert, and I have more focus. I'm able to focus. I'm able to tune out the distractions and really focus on what I'm doing. And I don't have all of that brain fog, lots of like thoughts circling around in my mind. So I love this for that reason. If you have little kids, you need active. And what I used to call it is like what I call it to my customers and my ambassadors. I see it has the Mary Poppins effect because it shows my kids that I mean business. And like I'm on my A game, but I'm much more pleasant to be around. That's what I think of as Mary Poppins. Like I used to be a little ragey mom, but when I drink active, they know that I'm serious. You know, stop doing that. Don't climb up there. But I'm a little more pleasant to be around. So the next product that I want to talk about is Metaburn. So Metaburn can be a once in a while product, or if you have really serious weight loss goals, or if you really need that mood stabilization, maybe you've taken SSRIs for depression in the past and you don't want to take them anymore, or you've come off of them, but you still need a little bit of help with your mood. Metaburn is really great for that. It has something in it called 5-HTP. And a lot of women are prescribed 5-HTP by their doctors when they're pregnant for depression if they don't want to take any meds. So it is a mood enhancer. It is healthy energy. So it's got 80 milligrams of like caffeine in it, but it's clean caffeine, will not give you jitters. And I recommend taking this either 1 capsule or 2 on a full stomach. And make sure you put this down in your notes, like circle it, take it with a lot of water. And the reason I say that is there's an ingredient in it called grains of paradise. Grains of paradise sounds lovely. It sounds like a wheat field, but it is super spicy, like so hot, spicy. And it's used to burn fat. And it's used in so many countries, in different products, different foods. It's amazing for burning fat. But if that capsule starts dissolving in your throat, you're going to feel like a little heartburn. So you want to make sure you get it all the way down to where it needs to go to start working in burning that fat. It also contains rhodiola. And if you know anything about rhodiola, used in aromatherapy, used in all kinds of different medicinal like herbs, it is for stress relief. So if you're someone who tends to get stressed out, we have that vital biome that we talked about already. That's amazing to keep you calm. It has all those different strains of bacteria to keep you calm. But the Metaburn is also, it's going to lift your mood, but it's also going to relieve stress. So think of that as the up and down. It's the whoosah of the plexus world. And then it also has L-theanine. And I love this ingredient, and I think it's like underutilized in so many products out there, but we use it really well at Plexus. It gives you that sense of alertness, like I was talking about with active, and it gives you a happy mood, but without the jitters. So we might put a little caffeine in the Metaburn, we might put a little caffeine in the active, but we're using a green tea leaf extract. And we're putting in the L-theanine. So we're going to give you the caffeine, but we're going to take out the jitters. So you're only getting all of the medicinal effects of the caffeine without feeling like a crazy person. Oh, the one thing I wanted to tell you about Metaburn is that, like I said, if you have really, really big weight loss goals, like I did, I wanted to lose 60 pounds and I've lost 55 so far. Got that last 5 to go. But this thank you. This is going to burn more calories. You might feel a little more hungry, but that means the Metaburn is working. I noticed for me when I first started Metaburn, I took 1 capsule a day. That's all I needed, on a full stomach with lots of water. And I noticed right away, this stuff works. I cleaned my whole house in like an hour and had a dance party with the kids, and I just could keep going, but I didn't have that jittery, crazy, shaky feeling. I just felt so good. Like I felt like this is the me that I always want to be. And within a week or 2, I noticed that I had so much more definition in my physique. Like my entire torso was chiseled and I had not done a sit-up. I was like, what is this? What am I taking? But it really did that for me. And I think it was a combination of taking the triplex, healing my gut, and then adding in this Metaburn. And it really was helping me burn more calories. And it also targets the fat, like the visceral fat in the hips, the thighs, the waist, and the abdomen. And that's basically like all the mama stuff that we kind of gather over the years. And I know that it is something that you're going to notice the effects of with one bottle. Like you will start to see results, and it's not something that you need to kind of wonder about. Like you just keep ordering it and feeling like, is this working? Should I keep? No, you're going to notice it right away. It does make you feel amazing. So if you've gotten the triplex and you've started on that and you're healing your gut, keep taking these every single day and don't miss a dose. That's the one tip that I had for when I first started. I told my sponsor, like, okay, how do I get results? And she was like, don't you dare forget a dose. Like that was her one rule for me. And I did. I took it so seriously and I did get the results. But after you finish that 30 days of triplex, you're going to have those perk points adding up. So be thinking about maybe redeeming some perks to get a bottle of Metaburn or a bag of Active, because you're going to notice how good it works right away. So that's it. Thanks for listening about these products, and let me know if you try them.
You're so good. You're just so good. I'm serious. And everyone's like, I didn't even know that. And I'm going to try the Metaburn. And what she said about that Grains of Paradise is legit. So make sure you drink it with a lot of water. Okay. Cheryl is going to share with you about Collagen and Lean.
Yes. Okay. All right. I absolutely love collagen. There's a picture of me out there kind of like this. And then finally, after, I don't know, I guess it was 2 years of using the Joyous serums and then adding the collagen in. I mean, still to this day, I get like notifications. It went viral, my before and after. And I never, ever, ever, I said, I am never going to let that picture go out. I don't even know why I'm taking it, because I think Angela and I took pictures and I was like, I'm never showing this to anyone. And then I decided, what, it's been 2 years. Maybe I should do it after. I was like, dang. So anyway, yeah, I mean, collagen, I love the collagen because I am nearing 60 years old, and guess what? My skin needs that scaffolding support. I mean, that's really what collagen does. And it's going to reduce the appearance of wrinkles, and it's going to just give us some volume, right? And it's going to, it really helps with, they don't use the word create, I forget what the word is, but help us to, create more collagen in our system. I can't even remember. I can't even think of what the word is. But anyway, so stimulate our natural production of collagen. That's it. Okay. So, I mean, like, who doesn't want that? I think we all need it, both men and women, because I put this in, I give this to my husband and he doesn't even know it. So, but for me, so there's a couple of different things. The collagen, like, it's so easy to add in. You can literally take collagen anytime. The thing is, you just have to remember to take it. But this is the other thing about collagen I want you to remember if you're just starting out, okay? It actually has like gut health properties to it, okay? So maybe start with 1 scoop. There are some people who really have trouble with 2 scoops initially. So just use 1 scoop and then work your way up to 2 scoops if you have to, because you're never going to lose out going a little bit slower, right? We're in this for life, okay? So 1 week of 1 scoop isn't going to hurt you. And so I initially put it in my coffee, but then I realized that I never really finished my coffee anymore. So I was like, I'm not wasting my collagen. So now I put mine in my lean shakes, and it just mixes up really well. Like Morgan says, you can mix it with your Slim. I don't like it in the Slim microbiome, but if I am going to mix in Slim, I actually like it in the Slim HC, which is weird, whatever. But that's, yeah, it's just crazy. So the thing is that this is just so good. And people say for the price of this, okay, alone, the biotin in it is like worth it, okay? And it's got these little hydrolyzed molecules. Like, it is so good, you guys. You have no idea how amazing this product is. And really, for this price, I mean, save up those perk points, okay? Because it's good and everybody needs it, and you just feel better and you look better. And one of the things, I am going to tell you, one of the things I noticed with the collagen versus just the Joyous serums is I have no wrinkles on my chest. I noticed that like right away, because that was one of those things. I wake up in the morning and I'd be like, oh my gosh, there are wrinkles, and I do not have that anymore. So anyway, all right. Oh yeah, mix in yogurt. That's a good idea. Okay, lean. I just laughed when Jen said, "Oh, you can do lean." And I thought, "Oh, well, my family is obsessed with lean. I have every flavor lean there is, including, I think we bought 20 bags of the chocolate mocha when it was going out of style because my husband loves that. When, when they took it off the shelf, I'm like, oh my gosh, I did 4 or 5 packs of it. So anyway, and I still have that. We still have it. Anyway, so we love lean. We have it every single day. I don't know if you've ever heard, but there is a devotional out there that says, I'll marry you for better or for worse, but not for lunch. Okay. Like nobody does lunch. My husband's home and I'm like, I can't think about lunch. Well, now we have lean and we have it every day. And it's so easy. It's like our go-to. And like my husband doesn't like vegetables, so I know he's getting something good, right? So it's got digestive enzymes, it's got protein, it's got omegas, it's got fiber. I'm telling you, so good. Like it's incredible that it's all packed in there. Okay. So and the thing is, I realized when I started Plexus is that milk has sugar in it. So don't use regular milk. Okay. You're not allowed. I'm just telling you that right now. So there's almond milk, coconut milk, cashew milk. A lot of people tell you they just drink it with water. I like my milk. So I use unsweetened, because you don't want that sugar, vanilla almond milk, and it's so good. And you can add some powdered PB in there. You could add some fruit or whatever. I'm telling you, I realize now that I went on this different nutritional diet that I eat too much peanut butter. So I kind of had to cut out that peanut butter in there, but that'll be a special treat for me. But honestly, what I realized is I just like the vanilla plain. Like it's crazy, right? That's right. You want that carrageenan free. And I forgot about that because I remember, you said that to begin with, and then you want to make sure you don't want that bad stuff in there because we're working on our gut health. I want you guys to read labels, okay? Be aware of what's out there. It's crazy when you start reading. It's a whole journey. That's why we call it a health journey, okay? And so you can really eat the lean anytime. And this is the other thing. I find that I get hungry, okay? It's 2 scoops in a regular meal, but you can do 1 scoop snacks. I'm hungry when I'm making dinner. So what I started doing, I thought instead of snacking on all the crap that I started snacking on, that I just do 1 scoop of the lean and I drink it while I make dinner, and then I don't overeat dinner either, and I'm not eating junk, and it's like less than 100 calories. It's crazy. It's so good for you. And this is another thing, okay? Has a lot of gut health goodness, people. So 2 scoops might be too much to begin with too. And I know that seems really funny, but maybe just try 1 scoop to begin with, maybe a day or 2, whatever, and then go to 2 scoops. And it's so filling and so good. I don't know anyone who hasn't liked it who tried it. It is like none other. Plexus knocked it out of the park. So I am going to hand it over to Jamie.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me. I am going to talk about, can you guys hear me? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to talk about some of my favorites, which I know we've been talking about gut health, and we all have a gut microbiome, but we also have a skin microbiome. And I am pretty obsessed with skincare. I was in the beauty business for 15 years. And so I have tried tons and tons of things. I've had access to lots of it. And I actually was a little bit even like, why, when we came out with this, I was like, why is Plexus doing this? And then I went to convention when they launched it, and I heard more about it, and I said, oh my gosh, like I need this in my life. And at the time I was literally probably using about 11 products from day to night because my skin changed so much. And I was the girl that really had the Planet Beach membership when I was, a teenager. And used to lay in the bed and just, I had sunspots everywhere, and just my skin was kind of in a bad place. And so I would go to my esthetician very often, like every 4 to 6 weeks, and clockwork. And I invested tons of money in Joyous, in other lines. And when we came out with this publicity, I said, oh my gosh, like it was a chore for me to do my face, to be honest. So now I use 2 things. So really, and we launched the cleanser, which I'll talk to you about in a second too, but I have never used something that is so simple. And so there's 2 things, y'all. One, I'm on vacation too, but I'm on here. So excuse this crazy floppy hat, but I was at the pool. And then 2. So this is the AM serum. It's for morning. And then this is the night serum. And it's super simple. You apply 2 to 3 pumps. I want to bathe in it my entire body. I wish they made bigger bottles because it literally is the fountain of youth. There's a prebiotic in it that actually helps to balance bacteria on the skin and also just helps with the anti-aging process. And so I actually had a gal literally started a conversation with me at the pool today. Of course, I met a new friend. And she's like, I had taken off my sunglasses and she said, oh my gosh, like you're gorgeous. Your skin looks amazing. Oh, that's an alarm. Okay. Let me turn that off. So anyway, conversation, I have her number. We're talking totally about gut health. Like she's all jacked up. But that's how that kind of started, which was really cool. But, so we're like walking billboards, right? For our, for our company. But what I love, super simple, like 1 step in the morning, 1 step at night, there are 11 active ingredients between the 2 serums. And if you know anything about skin products, it's unheard of to have that many active ingredients between 2 products. So you get the most bang for your buck. And it goes everywhere. I put it underneath my eyes, all over, down my neck, down my chest, like all the things. And then we launched a cleanser, and it also has, I'm sorry, let me go back. There's no junk in it either. A lot of things that I had tried in the past too, that maybe didn't have junk in them, like just were not effective. And so this actually works. I have before and afters, like Cheryl, you look amazing. I've seen that before and after, when it went viral. You really look so good. So it's really important to take pictures if you're just getting started with Joyous, because you see yourself every day. It's so important to have something to kind of go back and forth. I did like a thoroughly been great. And then when I added in the collagen, that whole nother level, because it was the inside. So that was super cool. And then this newest little guy, the cleanser, I was a little bit like, I don't know if it's going to take all my makeup off, like my eye makeup, and just, I didn't know how I was going to leave the skin, but I'm obsessed. Like it's, again, Plexus knocked it out of the park. And my skin really feels that much better, and it preps the skin for the 2 serums. And it really, I'm very impressed as a beauty professional. Like I had all my other crazy expensive products from my esthetician and from dermatologists sitting in my cabinet when I decided to try Joyous. And I said, well, I'll just give it a whirl. If it doesn't work out, like I have all this. I've never gone back to them, ever. It's all I've used for 3 years straight. And the cleanser just added that just next step. And just for it removes, like there's no residue left with makeup, and it's not, oh gosh, Siri just heard me. And it takes everything off. It really feels so clean. So I love the simplicity. The only thing that it does not have in it is sunscreen. I, of course, had my sunscreen on today. You always want to use sunscreen behind it, but it really does so many things. It revert anything to do with skin, whether it's anti-aging, wrinkles, sunspots, hyperpigmentation, redness. I mean, you name it, Joyous helps address it. So if you do not have this in your Plexus regimen, I highly encourage you to try it. They have these cute little travel size bottles too that do, and they're waiting patiently to get dinner. Actually, he loves it. I got him his own. He actually started using mine and he loves it. He calls his collagen and his Joyous his beauty juice. So it's really great. He really loves it. So anyway, I'm impressed. You guys need to try it. And thanks for having me. I'll talk to you later.
You're amazing. Okay, so we're going to close it out with my friend Allie, who's going to tell you how you can take your products you got for free.
Yes. I mean, just put it any more simply than that, right? So basically, after just hearing Lee's, I'm sorry if it's echoey. I hide in my bathroom here because my kids are hopefully in bed, but that's just real life. Okay. So even getting my products for free, I still hide in the bathroom, right? But anyways, after hearing Lee's testimony, I was like, okay, if your belief is not skyrocket high on what these products can be, and that just like he said, you are going to be taking Plexus for life, or at least giving it that full 60 to 90 days to 6 months, like I've heard Cheryl talk about many times, to really give it a chance. Your body did not get this way overnight, and it's going to take time to allow those layers and layers and layers to heal. And so my husband and I were of the same mindset when we got started. It was 3.5 years ago. We had been researching gut health for an entire year, looking at many different products and realizing that Plexus checked all the boxes and beyond some. Now, we both wanted to join. It was New Year's Eve, and I was like, I'm not stepping into another year without making a change, without trying something different. And I went to my husband, I was like, well, maybe, we can get these products covered. We were first, and people, he's like, yes, why wouldn't we? If we need these gut health products this bad, of course, there's other people we know who need them too. And so literally we had 3 people join us, my mom, my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, and then a cousin, like a few people joined us our very first month. And we were actually able to get our first month's products free. What's amazing is that was 3.5 years ago. This is 2021, and Plexus gives you more than double what we got back then. Okay. So basically, if you refer one friend, you get about $30. If you refer 3 friends, Plexus gives you that $30 a person, and then an extra $100 on top of that for referring 3 friends, which is amazing. If it happens within your first 30 days of joining, they give you another $100 on top of that. Okay. If it's this month in June, they're giving you another $100 on top of that, just because Plexus is like that. Okay. This is the thing. This is free money on the table, and it's up to you if you want to grab it or not. So if you're just getting started on your products, you're within your 30 days, and you're saying, hey, listen, I want to make sure that I can take these products and feel my best all summer long. Give this a true shot all summer. If you get that $400, that will pay for your products for the whole summer. You guys, that is crazy. And all you have to do is find 3 friends. So how do you do that? Well, honestly, the best way in my mind is 2 things. Number 1, put it out there on social media that you have tried something new. This does 2 things. Number 1, you never know who out there is looking for something. My husband and I were researching for a year, and my friend Amber put it on social media, and I was like, this is literally exactly what we're looking for. Nobody knew. We weren't sharing that with people. So you never know who out there is looking for something, and you're literally holding the answer in your hand, shaken up in your water bottle, right? So you could be helping another friend. The other thing this does, it makes you more committed. You are going to stay consistent. You're not going to forget to take your products if you literally put it out there publicly that you're doing this, right? So this does 2 things with doing that. The other way is think about which of your friends and family members that in a month, when you stop getting headaches, you start feeling better. And in a few months, when you've lost some weight and you're looking good in the summer, and your friends are like, what the heck are you doing? And you tell them, and they're like, why didn't you tell me? I would have done it. I wanted to not be bloated all summer long. I wanted to not be craving all the ice cream cones and been able to just get 1 scoop instead of 2, and all of those things. And so think about who are the friends who you want to do this with. For accountability, somebody mentioned. If this is always more fun with friends, right? Like sending pink drink selfies is not fun to do by myself, but being able to send it to my friend and being like, how much water do you use? And how are you feeling? And did you go to the bathroom today? Like, honestly, it's so much more fun with friends. So that alone is a reason to share it, because you don't want your friends to be mad at you later that you're feeling good and they're not. Okay. But also, you guys, $400. If you're not within your first 30 days, $300 this month. After this month, maybe $200. That's still amazing. I got $175 when I started, and I was like, I'm getting that $175 because I know people who need this, and because gut health is for life. Gut health is for life, and gut health is for everybody. If you got guts, you need Plexus, and this is going to be something to help you. So reach out to the person who helped you get started and say, hey, I have some friends in mind. What can I do? What is so easy about this is we're all friends here. You say, hey, let me introduce you to my friend who got started. You can help them out. Put it out on Facebook, a picture of you and your picture, to say, I'm starting something new. It's all about gut health. Does anybody want to try this with me for the summer? And see what happens. I bet that you would be so surprised. And at the very least, you can keep that subscription on for the whole summer, knowing that you are going to be able to see, okay, what will happen in 30 days? What will happen in 60 days? What will happen in 90 days? So I'm super excited to see all those before and afters for you guys, like Cheryl talked about hers, and to see how many friends jump along for the ride ride with you. Thank you, Jen, so much for having this. This is so much good information. I literally was sitting here like, I've learned words that I never heard before, and this is fascinating. So thank you, everybody who shared and educated us. And I'm super thankful just for this community and to hear all of you guys' stories unfold.
All right, that's a wrap. We see you next month on the first Monday of the month. I have no idea how this went over by an hour and 10 minutes, but it was worth it because it was like Plexus University, and I'm a student of gut health. So you guys have a great night. I'll see you the first Monday of next month. Thanks again.